Hello, my name... No, what's my name? For a show called How to Get Away with Murder and an episode called He's Dead, there were surprisingly few deaths. Hello, my name is Shantel from Shantel's Probably Sorry. The time the reaction starts is in the description. Now, this is How to Get Away with Murder 409 called He's Dead. I actually lost my original sticky with my intro comments, like the things I noticed while I was editing, and it has been hiatus, so I'm not sure if I remember everything. I tried to jot down what I remember on this sticky note. I remembered the important stuff, but first things first, I think / know that there's a lot more going on than they're letting on, because we heard in the first episode of the season that Laurel was drugged. I think I might have said this in my outro comments for the winter finale, but I don't know. I think I suspected that maybe Frank found something on Simon's computer, or it was just a thought that crossed my mind. And you know, anything's possible with this show. Speaking of which, speaking of the anything possible, I think that there's maybe a tiny possibility that Simon didn't actually shoot himself, or at least that this show would try to pull a storyline like that. And the only reason I say that specifically is because I've seen a show or a movie where a guy gets shot, but we don't actually see the shooter, or like the guy was facing off with police or something, and we just, you know, see a hail of bullets go into him. But the person who fired the first shot, or who fired the fatal shot, wasn't a part of the police force. He was like a sniper or something. And it's just because at the moment that Simon shot himself, we see his feet and not his hand or the gun firing. In all actuality, they probably showed his feet tripping over the chair to show the audience how he accidentally shot himself, but also because we didn't actually see him shoot himself. And this show likes to pull crazy stuff. That came to my mind, that Simon didn't actually shoot himself, but someone else shot him. I'm waiting for the Kristoff connection, because we saw in season 3 Wes called somebody and was like, hello, it's Kristoff. And I'm waiting for them to follow up on that detail. It's getting annoying now. The more I think about it, the more annoyed I get, because I said this previously. Oh, I haven't even posted that video yet. I said this in Black Mirror 406, that when you are a writer, or at least I was taught that when you're writing a story, you don't just throw in a detail for the sake of throwing in a detail. Usually if you have a detail, you follow up with that detail. That's the reason the detail is there in the first place. Unless it's descriptive detail, in which case there's nothing to follow up on. But in this show, deliberately shot, character saying that, and put it in the show, meaning that it has to come back around at some point. Just hurry up. Also, the way Michaela handled the whole Simon shooting situation, I said character development. I did. And I was thinking of it, and I was like, first of all, it's sad, I guess. Not sad, but to see the way she's become desensitized to this stuff, and like the way all their characters were kind of just thrown into this, and like it's changed their life forever. And honestly, it just reminds me of when people go through traumatic events and they're forever a changed person, and that's kind of sad to me, actually. So I know I said character development, but it's sad that character development had to happen. Oh, never mind. We do kind of see him shoot himself in the head.
What? There was a shooting. What? Who got shot? Connor, who got shot?
I've missed my dramatic family so much. I didn't realize until this moment how much I missed them. Oh, God.
I have a legal right to talk to my attorney. You're violating my civil rights!
Don't we all know the feeling? Oh, she knows. Oh yeah, she knows.
Now you've unlawfully separated her from her newborn. You've deprived her of her right to decide on this care, and then you add an illegal cycle to the growing list of offenses by this hospital. You're looking at a $100 million malpractice suit. You understand?
Look at my queen. My queen. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm just... I missed this show and I didn't even realize until like right now. Like I want to cry.
I can't do this, Annalise. I'm sorry.
No.
You're doing it.
Annalise.
Otherwise, I report you and Jacqueline to the medical board for gross misconduct.
No, true. Break confidentiality a million times.
They took her to St. Edith's. I just got here, but nobody knows what happened to her.
Yeah. This is why she breaks. She just breaks. Because, I mean, we've seen her after all this.
Not until you fess up. What? How did Simon get my key card when you were the person holding my clutch? I'm the one who will take the fall. So tell me the truth. Simon stole it. I don't know how. You're not as good a liar as you think.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! So much just cracked there.
Down here.
I'll talk about it at the end.
Oh,
Too late, Miss Keating. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
what does that mean?
The baby's being transferred as we speak.
Ah!
It's premature.
I was downstairs when Michaela just came out of the elevator covered in blood. I'm just as clueless as you.
Michaela.
Is he dead? He's dead, isn't he?
Seeing like all this in context.
Laura went off her antidepressants. My OB got me off my antidepressants. Her OB told her to, and now her dad's using that against her. She wasn't acting crazy or doing coke, I swear.
It's the purse,
Right.
right?
Is
The
that my
purse.
bag?
Trademark.
I'm gonna go check my shirt.
Annalise knows.
Neither of us have enough information about it.
Because you're not listening.
Look, your health is my priority here.
This is why your daughter killed herself, because you just drove her crazy, just like you're doing to me right now.
Why would you say that?
This now will be for murder.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
Someone's alive.
complicates things.
Oh, thank God.
No, not
This
thank
is not
God.
good news, Oliver.
What?
Our story only works if he can't tell the police the truth.
Name's Oliver Hampton. Give me his current location.
Thank you.
I didn't even know there was a hard drive until you told me.
We grew up. Frank, is that?
You don't really know her.
Enough.
Worse than any of us did.
What is this music? I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus on the scene, but the music is just...
No.
Yeah.
Tell me you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Tell me you wouldn't be that stupid.
Yikes.
He's dead.
That's not the end of the episode, is it? There better be at least 5 more minutes, because... Hello?
Annalise.
Hmm?
There's nothing really on it. Except this.
Oh my god.
It's on his voice in my own.
Is it the Kristoff link?
It's Kristoff.
Ah! Sorry, I didn't mean to do all that. I was really annoyed that this wasn't. Okay.
Call me as soon as you get this.
Wow. Now I can stop being annoyed that they haven't filled in the Kristoff connection. Thank you, God. I really just like shouted in my room. Shouted. Wow. Chaotic mess. For a show called How to Get Away with Murder and an episode called He's Dead, there were surprisingly few deaths. Okay, so that was How to Get Away with Murder 409 called He's Dead, like I just said, and I didn't actually write down much to say. I did write down stuff to say, so I'll say those things. Honestly, I think that was a pretty good episode coming off of hiatus. It didn't bore me by any means. It wasn't disappointing. I sometimes find that when you have a finale of sorts and it links up into another episode, for example, a winter finale to the next episode, or a season finale that ties into the next season's premiere, especially if the finale part of it was really wild, the episode that follows can be disappointing. But I wasn't disappointed. I think I've experienced that with this show before, where I was disappointed with the follow-up to the winter finale. I'm not sure if it was this show or not. But definitely, like, for example, Orphan Black. Between the season finale of episode 1, so much was revealed in the season finale of episode 1 that when season 2 rolled around and I watched the premiere, I'm like, this is surprisingly disappointing. Not that it was a bad episode. It's just the follow-up has to be there. Well, Simon's alive, so that complicates things. The baby's alive, but is with Papa Castillo. Who has the drive? That's a question. Who has the drive? I'm so happy they finally brought back that Kristoff moment. And now we know that Wes. Wes was in some way connected to Dominic. However, like connected to Dominic? No. I wonder if he actually met Dominic or if he just knows that this is a person to get in contact with in case of emergency. Because if he'd actually known Dominic, that would have made the murder, that would put a whole different context to it. It's like being killed by someone you actually know. So I'd like to think that Wes didn't actually know Dominic personally. Oliver, the sweet child, regrets all of this. You people. Let me put these away. He thought he was about the life. He realized he wasn't about that life. At the moment, almost everyone is okay. Asher's out of jail, which is good. Hopefully they don't get charged. Knowing this show, they probably will. Apparently Dominic was like the only real hope of getting the baby back, but I'm happy the baby's okay. And speaking of the baby, I wrote it down to say, when Frank saw the baby, you know, he said, I'm the baby's dad. And when him and Annalise were looking at the baby, his facial expressions looking at the baby and realizing the baby wasn't his, I don't know, there were just so many emotions on his face. And it was the face of someone who actually said, even if this child isn't mine, I'm going to raise it like it is. I'm going to take care of you and the baby. And then Dominic did bring that up to Frank as well, that you're obviously still in love with her. And I mean, that's true. The show has always set this up to be a Frank and Laurel, like Frank and Laurel are the thing. From season 1, they've been set up like that. Simon did shoot himself. I'm still going to keep my intro comments about him not shooting himself in there though, because it's what I thought. Y'all deserve to know. I don't think killing Dominic might have been the best idea. However, I admired Frank in this episode. Frank was just going around, getting it done. And also the emotional range that Charlie had to express in this character. Next is Tegan and Michaela. In the elevator scene, when Tegan confronts Michaela and I say it's all done now or it's broken now. I don't know what I said, but I said that. It's just, there's a moment when it's done. Like, that's it. We're done. I'm done. And I think everyone has at least one relationship or friendship where they can pinpoint the moment that that relationship broke. This is the moment. And I think that was Tegan and Michaela's moment. You could see it all over Tegan's face. I mean, she knew Michaela was lying, and then you could see it on Michaela's face that this was a relationship that was especially important to Michaela. I'm not sure how important it was to Tegan. That scene stuck out to me. And then what Annalise said earlier in the season was true about Michaela always looking for mother figures in these women. Then she just lost a maternal figure. So I guess the question is, where's the hard drive? And I really hope that baby's safe. If they kill the baby, I'm suing. I'm not actually suing. I'll be sad though. I think I almost cried, but I stopped myself. And I can't remember at what point in the episode I almost cried. I'm probably going to edit it out. But I know at some point during this episode I almost cried. Oh, it was around the time that Roa and Michaela, where Michaela was looking in at the nursery. But it was everything leading up to that. Like the scene before that, I think, welling up a lot. I definitely almost cried seeing the scene in context. That is it for me. I'm hungry. Like the video if you liked it. You can check out my channel in my description or my playlists to see what other shows I watch and what else I do, and subscribe if any of those things interest you. Thank you for watching, and I guess that brings me to bye. First of all, I think / note there's a lot more
We all deserve hell.
We all deserve to die. I need a new chair. It still squeaks. I hate these chairs. So I'd like to think that. And I guess that brings me to bye. Oh Jesus, what am I doing?